Like, you don't have ops. There's cops.
Like, right. Them the ops. Them the real ops.
Dude, you're not dying over no goddamn pills and girls and shit. Like, woman, like, I'm not killing nobody over no chick. That's just not, man, this. It's not that serious. No amount of money, no dollar amount. Like, I'm not even gonna put myself in a position to have to shoot nobody over no money. Okay. I know where you stand. Not saying that I won't force karma, but I'm not going to jail risking my freedom over that. You know what I mean? Money don't motivate me to that nature. And I've been the type of person, I'm not even gonna put my well-being in the hands of a person that could betray me like that over a large sum of money. Like, when I was in the streets, I never like aspired to have a kilo, like, because in my mind that would bring unwanted attention. Like, that wasn't a dream of mine to get a key. No, I just want to make enough money to put myself through college, start a record label, and you know, that was my foray into the streets. But so it wasn't like some people have to. Some people have to. They born into that, parents strung out, and they get caught up in a hustle thing. But it's like all the fears I had as a teenager, as a young black man in the 90s, the 80s, 90s, was, I remember the time where I was like, I don't think I would make it to 18 or 21. One of the two, right? And those same fears I had happened to my son. So it's like, was that me seeing his future? Like my first son, was that me seeing his future? He died 2 days for his 16th or 17th birthday, 16th or 17th birthday. So it was like, wow, because I mean, the 90s were definitely more violent in Washington, D.C. than present day, or, you know, the time when he passed. And he didn't die from police. He died protecting, fighting for a friend. You know, he beat the boy up, took the gun, and the boy got the gun back and shot him. He hit him in the artery. So he bled, you know, to death. But because he was in a neighborhood where I grew up, you know, working or whatever, but, you know, a low income area, the ambulance don't come that fast, you know what I mean? But he had his, you know, even though I figure, you know, you feel safe where you come from, even though it's, you know, it's not, you know, it ain't the same, but, you know, if you're from a certain part of town, like, you're gonna always feel comfortable if you have to go back to your part of town, right? So always, you know, I felt like I wanted to attend the same school because we had good schools or whatever, but yeah. So, you know, sit down. Sorry. What are you doing? Go to bed. I was putting this stuff in the sink. Throwing dishes like, my goodness, you know, he's like, this has been a long time. I'm like, look, I'm gonna chop this video up because we getting some juicy stuff tonight. So, but yeah, so, but yeah, I just you know, I feel like I have an obligation, or you know, the ancestors pushing me to give whatever wisdom I have. I mean, that's how I survive wisdom. Like, if I see you fuck up, I know not to do that. Like, you know what I mean? So wisdom it's not that hard. It's like you have to go against your greater judgment. I think my greatest strength was being able to analyze a situation before I react, instead of just reacting. Like, I mean, like, I ain't trying to lose my freedom or my life. So I know how to survive and make, you know, you might have to take a public loss for a long-term winner of life. You know what I mean? For freedom or having to kill somebody unnecessarily or get killed unnecessarily. Like I never wanted to get shot in the head. You know what I mean? But I wasn't. I guess for me, being an only child is a gift and a curse because you know what I mean. A lot of times I'm okay with you know what I mean. I had to be okay with doing stuff by myself because it's like I always chose stuff that nobody understood. Like I growing up in DC, I wanted to start a record label, become a rapper, start rap groups, whatever. In DC, go-go music is the primal thing. So like you rap, you in the rap, like fucking
right,
rapping.
right.
I'm selling drugs. Look, I'm selling drugs to start my rap career. You know what I mean? I got a record label. I'm representing my neighborhood. Like that was my purpose. And plus I was going to school. So my purpose being in the streets was funding. Like I didn't put my money into like popping bottles and shit. Like I've never bought a bottle in the club. Like I go to the club, I'm not paying $100 for no table or buying no overpriced 1,000% bottle of alcohol. Like I'm gonna be a regular dude. Like I've never been that tight. Like even if I had $5,000 in my pocket, I'm standing in line, right? Like a regular person. I'm not paying in the cut line. Like they got the cut line. You can get in for $60 faster. Man, hell nah, man, shit. You know, man, y'all bugging, man. I don't know why. Like, cause I have, and then I was a parent rather young. Even though the first 4 years of his life, I was like godfather, but I had that mentality. You know what I mean? Like, I was very upset that I had to pretend to be his godfather, but daddy's baby, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Like I'm having kids, man. I've been through some traumatic shit. Like this shit is. So I seen the worst in some women. I'm not talking old women. You know what I mean? And I've had good women that wouldn't, but I wasn't ready at the time for. So I mean, it goes both ways. But like I would never do that to the things I see women do. But like I tell a lot of guys, like a lot of men, they don't even search. Like I'm like, dude, you can get your kids. It's not that hard. Like it's basically having control of your kids is about who's up. You know what I mean? So a lot of dudes just submit to child. Like I don't even know what the fuck child support is. Like I've never, ever, like you would lose taking me child support. You would lose because I spend my money on my kids. Like they're getting everything. Okay, that I can give them within reason. You know what I mean? But like, nah, I just can't. Like, there's no excuse, man. Like she taking me. I take her as the child support. Like, make sure her shit is together. Like, if you got a house and she live with her mama, nigga, you should have the kids. You have the stable environment. Like, you just always is like, okay, you got me. What the fuck is that? Like, if you're the better parent, go get your motherfucking kids. Like, the judge can't put the kid in jeopardy. Like, they don't even try. Like, I know dudes that got houses going get paying child support. I'm like, how? This bitch live in an apartment.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Like, dude, you got 3 houses.
A lot of people are afraid of the system, and they're afraid to fight the system.
Yeah, we definitely.
You know. Yeah, and it just go back to brain. You know, they're just brainwashed when it comes to certain things. They just be like, oh, well, that's just the way it is. You know,
no, that's not the way it is. Shit, that shit is bugged. You bugged out over that. Like, shit. Nah. Not gonna neglect my kids. I'm sorry. Fuck that. Cause I know I was a drop-off kid, you know what I mean? And I wasn't neglected, but that's how I got into a lot of shit. You know what I mean? You just like basically I didn't have like me and my friends, we didn't have curfews with my cousins. Like we'd be out. My kids, my daughter 6. Like 6 o'clock at 6, I was catching the subway to school. Like She's in the first grade. We was catching the subway. The subway had just opened in
Right.
DC. We was catching the subway to school. Like, and that wasn't alone. It was other 7-year-olds catching the bus. You know, that was a different time, but so yeah.
Wow.
Before they started snatching kids and all that. Like, it wasn't nobody, they ain't one of these little badass kids. Like we were physically bad. Like,
right.
smart.
They'll bring you back.
Yeah, we were cursing. Like, I remember cursing. Like, my cousins told me to curse. I was cursing at people. Like, what the fuck you looking at my mama for? Like, I remember that shit. My mom right there thought that shit was cute. Little cute baby cursing and shit. Little cute, little cute, is it? I'm like, man.
Right. You meant every bit of it.
So like, I had to learn not to, like, they were like, you can't talk like that. Like, well, shit, I ain't teach myself how to talk like that. Like, they thought that shit was cute.